Hi, this is Josh, and this video is going to show you how to align two or more scans such that they become one three-dimensional object, they become one image. And what we're looking at here are two scans of an Egyptian bird plaque that from the Hellenistic age that I did for the Oriental Institute. I'm going to turn these two scans off. This is what the bird plaque looks like in real life. This is a finished scan that has had color applied, texture applied to it, so you can see what the colors are and how they are different, and how it shows you much better texture than the non-colored, more schematic, abstract versions do. Now, if you look over here, this took several scans to get. I took more scans than I needed to because I wanted to make sure it looked really good. What we're going to do for this demonstration is we're going to turn on scan 6 and 1. Now, I took 6 and 1 and I purposefully unaligned them. They were formally aligned. If we look at all these other scans, you'll see that they're like puzzle pieces that fit together to make the bird more whole. 6 and 1 used to be part of that puzzle, used to be aligned to that puzzle, but I have misaligned them for the purpose of this video. So let's say you're scanning a complicated shirt and you cannot get it in one go. It takes multiple scans to get the shirt. Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 7, like I did for this, actually 9. This is scan 9. These are just the order they're in. It doesn't really matter how many scans that you do, as long as the scans overlap enough that the computer can recognize them as the same thing. So for this video, I'm hoping that the bird's tail here, which you see here on scan 6 and here on scan 1, will be enough to tell the computer that these two images are the same, and then it will align both of them together. Now, doing this is actually very simple. You make sure that the scanned images that you want to align, however many there are, make sure that they're turned on, which you do by clicking here on the left-hand column of your what's called the workspace, and a little, I guess that's an eye, a little eye appears indicating that it can be seen. Once you have turned on the two images you want to align, you come over here to the Align tool and you select those images, make sure they're both highlighted, and you hit I'm feeling lucky auto alignment. You can manually align these scanned images, but you will never, as far as I'm concerned, find the accuracy that the computer is going to be able to do. You hit I'm feeling lucky, it takes a few seconds, and boom, they've aligned them together. Now, if you like it, you come down here, you hit apply, and now these two scans are oriented, oops, that's 7, together. Whereas before this one was oriented way over here. Now, why they both oriented to scan 1, I'm guessing it's because it was the higher scan. I don't think that really matters, because now what you do is you go to editor, you go to transformation tool, and you rotate this thing to the angle that you want it to be, which I showed in the previous video. Rotate and translate it until it's flush with the plane, if that's what you're interested in having it be, or whatever else you want. But this is pretty straightforward and not super difficult. Where you will probably find problems with your scans is when they don't have enough overlapping space. Now you can have three scans, 2 scans that overlap on one space, and the third scan which overlaps with just one of the other 2. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many scans you have or how they overlap. For instance, I'll hit apply here. Let me show you how spread apart this. So here's our bird, beautiful bird. This piece was useful. This piece is the one I just showed you. So these two go together, and then there's this piece which goes here. So this piece, number 4, I guess number 4 and number 6 would go together well anyway because they cover so much of the same space. But let's try here. Number 4, which is green, and number 3, which is purple, have almost no overlap. They have a little bit in the back, but let's pretend like we're just looking at the front. There's no overlap here. But if we introduce a 5, which has overlap on both of them, or I think a 1, which connects them both at the bottom. This will align no problem, as long as you have enough overlap. And I don't know, I can't really tell you what the surface area is needed. More is obviously better. But what surface area is needed for the computer to recognize that these surfaces are the same and thus can be overlapped with one another. But you'll just have to do trial and error. The computer is pretty smart. It sometimes does not take all that much. I hope this has been helpful.